Okay, sorry for that. I thought my presentation was going to be in. Okay, it was going to be in 6 minutes. So apologies for the delay. So let's start. So as I've shown you before, this is our team. We actually come from diverse backgrounds. Like I actually come from Barcelona. Some of them come from India, and some of them come from Syria, and we have Iran. So we're all from all over the place. And we represent the University of Glasgow here, and we're here to show how our device is working really well. But before that, let me just explain a little bit to what everyone does and introduce them. So first of all, we would have Dipjita and Arrow over there, which are in charge of the biochemistry, because our device is an ELISA-based magnetic system. So therefore, it requires a capture and detection antibody. So they're the ones in charge. Then we would have the engineering team, which has worked on the magnetic fields and as well as the sensor part. Then we have me and Anwar over there for all the outreach and business part. And then finally, our supervisors. So, okay. Now, so this is actually our device. The first thing I have to say is actually quite close to the end product, which is really, really good. So there's 4 main parts that I want you to bring your attention to. Okay? So first is the cartridge and the cartridge holder over there as 1. The actual device as 2. Then we'd have the storage system and disposal system. And then 4 is all the other extra parts, like the app, the screen, as well as the printer. So, oh, there it is. So, okay, fine, now. So, first of all, this is our cartridge, okay? Since we're using a TMR sensor, which is the latest thing in the market, TMR is tunneling magnetic resistant sensor. And it's actually the most expensive part of our sensor. We have developed a cartridge that requires, the cling film. So that's where the antibodies will be. So it doesn't actually touch the sensor, which means that you don't have to keep renewing it. It would always be there. So it's initial investment, and then you would only have to spend on new cartridges. Then is the actual magnetic system. So here we have our magnetic field, and up here is the wash-free mechanism. So you would have the 2 antibodies over here, and the unbound secondary antibodies, okay, will be blown away and will be stuck all the way here. But the ones that are bound have a biochemically strong, they're biochemically strong. So they are not going to be washed off, and when we bring it down directly on the TMR sensor, that's the only thing that our sensor will detect. So it's easy to use, and you don't have to do all the mental parts of how to wash all the other antibodies. So it's actually very, very good. Now, so these are the other innovations that we thought. So we wanted to make it even better to use, to make it very accessible. So first we have the storage device, or the box, okay? So there you would put all the blood samples with the antibodies and leave them there for an hour so they can bind. Once everything is used, you would put it on the sensor, and then you would have the disposal system. So the good thing about the magnetic system is that because it doesn't use fluorophores, then you don't have to think about the decay of the sample. The reasons will always be the same. Once you're done with the sample, behind the sensor, okay, there is this needle-like system that it just directly pushes it into the disposal box. You don't have to touch the sample. It actually has a sensor that tells us that it's overflowing, and then it would send an electrical signal to the TMR sensor, not allowing it to work until you remove the plastic back inside. Now, and then the 4th part that we think is actually very interesting is that we're trying to develop it for emerging nations as well as for developed nations. So there's different requirements for each one. We have developed an app that is very easy to use. Just put the patient name, code, date, and maybe some notes they want to do. You connect it, and that's it. You get the reading. You can upload it to the cloud. You can print it. You can send it on an email. It can be tagged to the central database of the hospital. Everything is very easy. But also, we can include a printer in case you don't want to add all these extra things, so it's even cheaper. Everything is 3D printed with a very easy assembly design. So that's it. It might look short, but it's because our sensor is incredibly simple. We made it easy and simple. That's about it. Please ask away. Does it work? Yes, it does. It actually works quite well. Are we in a partnership with other companies to sell it? Yes, we have a better partnership with MDT. And we're talking to the Mace company as well as NG Biotech. And we're in the client validation step. Any other questions? No? Well, thank you very much. And you can find us over there. Just come over and we'll explain everything about it. Thank you.